So food, we actually have some really great for being a really tiny town. We've got some really great food. I mean, those are just a handful of a laundry list of really fabulous places to eat.
Yeah, I love that. I made notes. It sounds like a great like getaway, like honeymoon weekend or the
I
anniversary
mean,
weekend
it,
itself. Like
yeah,
listen to
I
that
would come.
music, go to the coffee shop, check out
Yeah,
the baked goods, go have dinner over the water,
yeah.
end at Baxter's.
Yes, and Benicia, it doesn't have like a crazy nightlife scene, but Benicia does have the Relic, which is a little like a nighttime bar, and they've got a small menu, but they do live bands and they have DJs and things on the weekends. And Lucca's Bar and Grill is infamous and known for all of their bands. They have a really cool giant tent out back. And so Thursdays, usually all the way through the weekends, they have live bands. They actually were an intricate part of Porchfest. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Porchfest. Porchfest actually started out in Napa, and this was just a couple weeks ago that we had it. But it's where they, on all the vintage porches in downtown Napa, they would have a different band. So it was like one whole day that was free to the community, and you just got to go and watch these amazing bands on people's porches. Well, it actually moved over to Benicia. This was the second year that Benicia hosted, and it was fantastic. And Lucca had some huge headliners in the back, and so it's a free community event. So they bring. I don't even want to tell you how much money was spent on bringing these giant bands and well-known names to town, but they do that for the community, and their sponsors that like helped put this on. But it was such a fabulous event. So that's something, if you ever are coming to Benicia, look for the summertime for Porch Fest or our Oktoberfest. That was just 2 weekends ago. I was the MC for that. So that was really fun. But yeah, our Oktoberfest is a huge, huge event. So we have a big turnout for that. And we have like the ceremonial tapping of the keg, and it's a really big deal on our waterfront, and it's really a fun time.
Yeah, it sounds like a great place to live. So let's kind of shift then and talk about the housing market there. So when we have people, a lot of times people are moving from the Bay to Sacramento because it is more affordable here.
Right.
What can somebody get there for, 800,000? What kind of a home and
Yeah.
because I know it is pricier there.
Well, so actually that's our average price point here in Benicia is like 870 or so is the average. You can find a nice 3 bedroom, 2 bath so the way Benicia's broken up is we have really beautiful multi-million dollar homes on the waterfront, and mixed in between is like small little bungalows that also have the same panoramic view, that are obviously half the price because they're not these giant mega mansions. So we have this kind of interesting on the west side of town. That's usually kind of like our little bit more upscale priced homes. And then on the east side of town, it's some of our older neighborhoods, and you can still find some homes over there for like high sixes to 800 range. And then you obviously have scattered throughout some $1 million homes. But 800,000, I've got a listing right now at 899,000, and they're going to be dropping the price to like 850, 875. So this is the perfect home to give as an example. It's up in our hills of Benicia, and it's a little under 3,000 square feet. It's a good size home. It's got 4 bedrooms, 3 bath. It's got an ensuite downstairs. It's got 2 living rooms, 1 family room, and then a giant like family playroom upstairs. It's got a pool in the backyard, gorgeous redwoods, and it open in the back has a bunch of open space. So that is what you can buy here in Benicia for like 850 to 900. And they have clear section 1. It's got a roof maintenance package. Like it's literally move-in ready. And the only thing is, I mean, someone could put in like maybe some more updated cabinets if they wanted, I guess, if you really wanted to get nitpicky. But it's got granite. I mean, it's a beautiful home. So you can still buy affordable homes here in Benicia. And we've got condos and townhomes. I've got a condo that's coming on the market that's going to be 425. So there's still some mid-range homes. We do have some luxury homes that are up in the hills. There's a community called Water's End, and it's kind of where the Carquinez wraps around, and it's kind of where the water ends. And then this community is kind of up on the hill. So some of these homes do have some water views. Some of them, they're just at the end of the water. So that's why they live in that community. But I mean, you've got mega 36 to 4,000 square foot homes, huge lots. And then you've got just kind of, that's where you find big, if you need big and space and that kind of thing, that's where we have those homes. But what is very cool is that you have a lot of history here. So if I was coming to Benicia, one thing I want to know is it was actually the state capitol. We have a state capitol building here on our first street. So back in the mid 1800s, it was the second capitol. Vallejo was actually first, and then they realized that Vallejo wasn't suitable, so they moved it to Benicia, and then they ended up moving it out permanently to Sacramento. So we actually have, like, for Instagrammable stuff, I mean, I just feel like you could go down and you could see the Capitol building. You can walk through it. It's got tons of rich history. We have lots of vintage Victorian homes that are down in the First Street area, and some really cool like mid-century modern type stuff down there. So yeah, we've got a mixture of all kinds of different homes. I mean, Vallejo really is the mothership for craftsmen, and like that, and Victorian. There's a huge Victorian area on Sacramento Street in Vallejo that actually has tons of Victorian homes and things. But Benicia specifically has an array of all kinds of different kind of like mid-century modern and just modern homes. So yeah.